hype for Shadow this year is over the roof. You just have to see the Sonic Cross Shadow Generations trailers and videos to understand that this fearless Year of Shadow isn't something Sega doesn't care about. Still, we can't forget the thing that the fanbase is constantly asking to know more about: Sonic 3, the movie. They've already made it clear that the Shadow Keanu Reeves will play is going to go through a similar arc to the one we first knew about in 2001 during Sonic Adventure 2. But what's most important to build Shadow's character? It's not only Sonic and Dr. Eggman's 33rd birthday today. Shadow is turning 23. Don't forget that Sonic Adventure 2 was meant to celebrate Sonic's 10th anniversary. That's why today we are going to recap the essentials when it comes to telling what must be the deepest story that Sonic Team has ever told us: Shadow the Hedgehog's story. One of the most important things when introducing this Black Hedgehog is the first impressions he leaves both on the viewer and on Sonic himself. Being an equal isn't enough for him. He possesses incomprehensible abilities and emanates a mysterious aura. He calls himself the ultimate life form and doesn't need to say anything else. We already know that he will have a motorbike like the ones he had in his own game during the movie. He'll actually have a shot fighting Sonic on it across the sky. Shadow leaves a mark from the get-go. He's cool and full of style, but in a more serious way than Sonic. The main thing for that might be not going unnoticed without having to brag about it in an explicit way. He undoubtedly has to modify Sonic internally. If there's a time for Sonic to stop having such an ironic kind of humor and leave all those pop culture references that he makes in the movies aside, it's right now. Shadow has to make him less overconfident and make him see that he'll have to concentrate a little bit more if he doesn't want to bite the dust. To put the cherry on top of this whole Shadow getting our attention thing, whenever he appears, the soundtrack has to fit the mood. You can hear the background music, right? I think you get it. It has to feel heavy, but still be super cool. Shadow is cool, as is Sonic, but Shadow's coolness stems from a darker energy. It's undeniable that this character had to live through a series of traumatic experiences to end up being like this. He lived in isolation on the space colony Ark with his friend Maria. He didn't fully understand himself. His vision of the world felt completely illogical to him, and he was full of insecurity. But he had someone to share that misfortune with. That someone was taken from him. Some humans appeared and made her go away for no actual good reason. I know how this universe works thanks to the second Sonic movie. They mix all sorts of Sonic stuff, they reorganize them, and they completely make the lore up, but it all works just fine. I don't need the Ark's lore to be 100% faithful. Who knows, they could make Shadow and Maria be confined in a different place altogether. But the emotional impact has to be the same or even grander if it were possible. Shadow being serious about the stuff he's doing during Adventure 2 at all times, just to later understand why he acted that way, makes you feel for him. What I mean by the emotional impact being something that could be even greater is that they can show us more moments between Shadow and Maria. We could get a better understanding of what they meant to each other as both allies and friends in such a secluded place. Not to say that we should forget how heartbreaking it was to see Shadow doubting if his past was even real at all. Dr. Gerald Robotnik, Maria and Dr. Eggman's grandfather, created him 50 years ago, but after discovering his granddaughter had died, he wished to take revenge on everyone. Is it possible that Shadow never actually met Maria? Could it be that Gerald actually implanted those thoughts onto Shadow for his earth-shattering dreams to become a reality? We should also value those moments during Shadow the Hedgehog. After him losing his memory, in which everyone seems to want him to doubt his very own memories. Is this actually a mere android based on the already deceased Shadow? All of this could make the new version of the character much more gripping at the cinema. What I don't know if they can rightly pull off is this Hedgehog's change of mind. During Sonic Adventure 2, it was Amy Rose who got him to open his mind. For now, it doesn't really seem like she'll appear in the film, so who'll do it this time? Who'll help him move forward? I've also been thinking, Shadow coming to terms with the fact that Maria didn't wish for Earth's destruction, after Amy simply explaining that there's good people on that planet, was very rushed on his debut title. Whoever makes him open his eyes, we can't deny that this needs better build-up. This can be improved. Of course, there's more stuff about the character that they shouldn't allow themselves to mess up, but I think these are crucial. Well, for the sake of our beloved, fearless Year of Shadow, discovering what makes this guy be as brave as he is would also be a compelling point. Now I want to know your opinion. What is the character's most important facet that shouldn't be left out on the big screen? I'll be answering the most interesting comments, so don't you doubt about letting me know your opinion. Be fearless. With all that said, happy anniversary, Shadow. Yeah, happy anniversary, Sonic and Eggman. I wouldn't forget about you.